Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we've been around. I'm CJ and Black Shadow's with me, of course.
Yep.
And today we're going to be talking about what we've been doing for the past 6 weeks or so. It's been a little bit of a lull in our content producing, and there's been a lot going on. So we're going to share that with you here and a little bit of what we're going to be doing in the future. So we do have some plans. Shadow, do you want to start with where you been?
Where haven't I been? Yeah, it's been pretty well. For those that have been following along on Discord and my own personal channels as well, I've been involved in a home move, hence new background and sort of thing. Also, I apologize. I've just come off a 12.5 hour night shift, so I might not be looking my prettiest. But yeah, I managed to get hold of my own place, which is awesome. It's the first time I've had my own place in about 8 years or something crazy. It's just how it's been. This is not the most permanent of studios at the moment. Just kind of like put aside in the bedroom. I want to have my in the next room, but it's not ready yet. The acoustics in there are terrible. I've got to do some work here. Hence why there's like a hockey stick. There's like some stuff over there, some bed net because everything's still getting sorted out. So I do apologize for that. But yeah, that's mainly what it's been. The extra issue I've always had as well is that I had no internet for almost all that time. I moved at the start of December, was meant to be installed about a week and a half ago, and it got installed wrong. So the reinstall date was New Year's Eve. I've had a lot to catch up on the past 4 weeks. It's been difficult keeping up with everything, so I do apologize. It's only obviously this my own channel as well. It's just kind of is what it is. But now that I've kind of got my own setup and my own place and things starting to settle down a bit, can finally get back to doing the stuff that I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Yourself, sir.
Yeah, so a little while back I changed jobs, and so it's just been really hard for me to find time to do more content. That's been the long and short of it. I've also spent more time dedicating that time to my family, and so we had a lot more like, doing wholesome family things you'd imagine, sort of thing. But,
It's
that's what happens
Christmas.
when you have an 8 year old. Yeah, I mean, um, and I also wanted to make sure that I spent enough time with her because she's growing up pretty fast and, had one of those moments where I'm like, I don't want to miss any of this. So that's the long and short of it for me. It's been mostly family based. I have been playing some games here or there, but not a whole lot online. I don't know if you've caught me online, it's mostly an accident. So usually I hadn't been on TTS Club for a very long time just because of the way things worked out in real life. Um, but I have been playing a lot of games. I have a couple of videos on the horizon for you guys, mainly about all the games I played this year. So I have one recapping the last 4 months of games. And then I have one ranking all of the games I played all year last year. That'll be pretty fun if you want to sit through like a 2 hour video of me
That's
ranking
asking
every
pretty big,
single
man.
game.
Jeepers.
I've already recorded it. It's ready to
Yep.
go. So
Get the
I just have to
popcorn
upload
ready.
that. On top of that, I did get a couple of new games of Dune Uprising with Bloodlines in, so that was fun. My copy of Bloodlines came in, so I've got that handy. I've been messing with some of the custom set I did for Uprising and all that. I had some really good feedback from some friends of mine when we played our custom set, and they really enjoyed that. So I wanted to kind of like move that into Bloodlines, keeping all the new stuff and kind of like ushering a really tight system into that. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm just more excited to play more games. Finally, get some time. Holidays are very hard for me. Also, just generally, it's been pretty hard for me to get online, but doing my best.
Mm.
Other than that, I mean, I don't know. Life. I've been playing a lot of Star Wars Unlimited. That's taken up a lot of my time when I haven't been, hanging out with family.
The
A lot
new
of my friends are
Netrunners.
into it. Yeah, it's like the new Netrunner for me. It's like big deal for me. Yeah, I don't know. Every once in a while, I just like get into a card game, and it just like takes over. So I'm sorry that there's not as much Dune content. I still love Dune. I obviously it's my bread and butter like fiction basically, but I think that this is just like taken over as just like one of the best card games I've played in a long time. So I've been doing tournaments and playing with friends on all the time, in person, online, you know, So that's been a lot of that time.
I
Um,
will. Sorry, I will
Go
say.
ahead.
I think that helps as well. In fact, we've had obviously while we've been away and everything's been going on, we have had other folks that kind of filling in with the content as well. Obviously, with Bludgeon, Cheesable. I think Whiskey popped up once a couple of times, and there's a couple other dudes as well that have been putting in some content, and some folks as well, like on our Discord server and like our publicity section as well, like recording their own games and uploading them, which we do appreciate. Obviously. We've also had like obviously X for Dune Digital as well, which has been kind of a fair bit of content coming out for that as well. So yeah, while we haven't had a huge presence the past few weeks or so, at least there have been other guys that have been filling in kind of that void a little bit. So a huge thanks to them for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the content coming out from Bludgeon is just like pretty amazing. I know Cheesable has been putting out a lot of content. Maybe not in the last couple of days, but last before the break for sure. Like every other day, it's been insane, and but pretty amazing to watch him. And obviously, he's the master of Uprising, so just go learn something from his videos.
Better than
He
me, that's for sure.
humbles. I'm humbled from watching him. Others, we have the Consules from our Discord, and they do some pretty awesome videos as well. A new recent ranking of all the all the leaders from Bloodlines, which is pretty interesting to see. And who else should shout outs?
There's
D
just yeah
D's,
D's. I better say just D's.
just D's, and I'm
If
sure
you
there's
if
others out
there
there.
are, we do apologize if you forget your name. Like
Yeah,
for me,
sorry
in my
about that.
defense, it is 8 in the morning, and for his defense, it's past midnight. So
Yeah, it's
we're
pretty
not
late.
functioning at the highest of mental capacity here.
Yeah, so that's a long and short of it.
Yeah,
The other content for the channel that's coming up
yeah,
is
yeah.
that
Actually, us.
us, yeah. I think we're going to be working on a new tournament here
Hmm.
after Cheesable's Muad'Dib Melee gets
Yep.
going and finishes up. So that's coming Saturday the 11th.
Hmm.
The 18th will be the part two, the
Yep.
top eight or top four or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that should be pretty exciting to see. Some of that will be covered on the channel.
Yep. We'll be
Other things.
broadcasting. I mean, it as well. I'll be broadcasting on the 11th. I'll be broadcasting that live, so you can watch a car wreck in action.
Now it's gonna be. I mean, you have time to do that. Yeah, it's another thing. Like I really wanted to play in this tournament. I just like I've got so many things going on. Like it's impossible. So yeah, it's really getting in the way. Life is getting in the way of my playing board games with everybody online. Um, However, I will be trying to do some Star Wars content. So I know I've been throwing this idea around for a long time that I'd be putting some Star Wars content out there. I wanted to figure out how best to do that because I know that Fantasy Flight, if they wanted to like, you know, use you as kind of like a sponsored site or give you free stuff, you basically have to play in person only. They only want to see like our IRL cards over
Yep.
the table.
Yep.
Unfortunately for me, like that is very hard to do. And I've been trying to figure out a way to set that up so that we could actually do like IRL play, but it's not realistic for me. So what I'm gonna end up doing is doing a lot of Carabast stuff, some TTS stuff as well. And I have some friends in our Discord, some people who are very, very good at the game who will be playing with me. I have a lot of experience as well, but they've also kind of elevate, I think, the gameplay. We've got some really fun decks. I could speak. I think fun decks to play and show you guys that are different. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm up for all that. That's gonna be coming soon, and it doesn't take quite as long as playing Dune. It's a little easier.
That is one advantage, yes.
Sorry.
Admittedly, it's fine. I mean, the Doom stuff largely be covered by myself. As I say, I am going to be in the melee on the 11th. I'll be broadcasting that. Also intending to do a stream on the 9th, this Thursday, a little bit later on in the evening. I don't know the exact time that's going to work out. Probably about like 8, maybe 9 p.m. UK time. Just getting back to the swing of things of playing Dune Imperium just in general. I did play a couple of games of Dune Digital the other day and actually did okay. So there's gonna be that. As far as actual Bloodlines, though, obviously we'll be covering more bits and pieces of that as and when it comes out. I will be looking to probably do some bits of tier lists because everyone loves tier lists. of my thoughts on sort of the game, maybe the cards, the leaders, that sort of thing. I do also want to get back to doing more of like the top five series I did a little before, back like in September, October time, because I thought it was really enjoyable. I thought it was well received. It was kind of a nice bite-sized way to kind of have content that was kind of useful for beginners to intermediate sort of thing, which I think is where you want to be looking to focus a lot of the effort. One other thing that I am interested in doing, if anyone is feeling brave enough as well, and I've been asked this a couple of times, is and I've posted this around with our Patreons on the channel. Thanks to you guys as well, by the way, for your patience over the past several weeks. No,
Yeah,
it's not
thank
been
you.
ideal. Is I am looking to open up basically like a Dropbox. So if people want to send in games or parts of games or things that they want to send in and like basically have a review of what they did and if it made sense, and looking at people's gameplay, that sort of thing, I'm interested in doing that as well. I know that that's a thing that happens like on other channels, other different forms of content. It's something I've kind of ummed and ahed about a little bit. And I do think, like on the X side, XMO side, I probably know a bit more than Bloodlines, but I'll be happy to take a stab at that as well. But I think it's a nice way to kind of, especially if other folks that are producing content as well. You don't need to be a big content creator to do it. Like what you can do is just like hit record on your console or whatever it is. Console? I don't think it's on console yet. You know what I mean? But just throat record stuff, send it in, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. It can be used as a bit of a learning exercise for folks if people are learning just basically just general things they could be doing if they got a turn went catastrophically wrong where they can't see where it went wrong, kind of looking at stuff like that. I think it'd be really interesting to see that, and also it'd be nice as well to have some games of and footage of Dune Imperium of not just us playing it and having other folks on it as well. So I think it serves a lot of goals, but that is going to be the plan.
We're probably gonna have a one or two Conleys in the future. I still have that in the books to do. I mean, they're ready to go. It's difficult to get people to play. Not just my schedule to align that with one or two other people, but three other people, four other people. It's hard.
Hmm.
So we'll do our best. I'll try to get those going. I know our sword master is still there supporting us. Thank you so much for your support and patience, and we want to get that going for you because it's a lot of fun and it's been exciting to do. And now we have bloodlines to mess with. There's so much to tweak, and this game has infinite replayability. So
And Doom Digital's got to get its challenge ideas from somewhere. I suppose
yeah.
there is one other topic we should probably cover, and that is hidden assets tournaments. So the last one we did was back in about September, October time as well. That was the last big competition that we did for Dune Uprising. It has been a little while since we did one on the channel. It has partly been because of the role that I moved into in September going to October, and due to the fact that I was in and when I was like in a shared accommodation as well, I didn't really want to put the comp together because while I could put it together and get it running, at that point I'd struggle to be able to do very much else on it. I wouldn't be able to really kind of run it properly. I certainly wouldn't be able to record very much content for it either, which is obviously a big part of it. We obviously like to run the competitions and having people participating. It's awesome to have 150, 200 people playing around the world into these competitions, and it is a lot of fun to put them together. But a big part of it, obviously, is being able to cover the games, being able to provide commentary for that, and certainly the last competition, like I did a lot of that, quite frankly.
Yeah, you did.
And the truth of the matter is that over the past few months or so, I would not have been able to commit to that sort of schedule at all. So I was admittedly hesitant to get started on it. Now that I've got this, it's a lot easier. I'm still doing nights at the moment. The hope is to get shifted off of nights very near in the future. I've got that conversation to come very soon at my place of employment. But it probably won't happen immediately. But thankfully, so we've got the melees at least for the short term in order helping with the competitions on that front. We do have to make the decision on what we want to do as a big tournament. Obviously, like Uprising, Bloodlines would make logical sense. We do still have interest in doing one with Doom Digital, probably with Rise of Ix. But there are some logistical challenges on that side of things as well that would need some kind of resolution before we can really probably pull the trigger on that. So it's kind of a bit both ways. TTS, obviously, Tail Simulator has served us really well and is a large reason why this channel exists in the first place. So it's a balance we've got to make. Also, as well, like people, folks, there's still quite a lot of people that play like XMO, for example. There's still a fairly healthy player base that play that, but obviously it doesn't get very much coverage nowadays either. So maybe what I might do for the time being, perhaps, is look to host an XMO competition, maybe, and then let Cheeseball run the Uprising Bloodline side of comps for the time being, while we kind of work out the logistical challenges. It's not set in stone, as you can tell, but any thoughts and ideas people have got, obviously, please throw it to me, comments, direct messages. What you'd be interested in seeing more, as well. Like, it's all again saying, "Oh, we'll run this competition," but if no one actually wants to play or participate in it, not doing a whole lot of good. So we'll touch and go it is aware, but that is something that is conscious of me, is that the XMO, I think, crowd does feel perhaps a little bit left in the dark at times. So we'll see how we go. I'll get back to you all on that.
Yeah, that kind of covers it from my perspective. I don't have really anything else to say. Yeah,
Nice to
I
see you
mean,
guys. It's great.
yeah, it's good to see you. I haven't seen. I honestly, it's like the first time in a long time I've chatted with Shadow, so it's good to see you.
Yes.
I see you're wearing a Seattle shirt, so I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah,
proud of
yeah,
that.
yeah. Got my Seattle shirt. My Seattle Sounders shirt's around the corner somewhere. Two things we need to add as well, actually, before we end this. We have got upcoming. We have recorded the second half of our look into Uprising Bloodlines, going into Imperium cards.
Yep.
Specifically as well as entry cards as well. Again, sorry for the delay on that, but when you've got no internet, it's kind of difficult to do a lot of stuff. I know it's a first world problem. The other thing as well is that ourselves, me and CJ, we did a little project, a little something something with Bludgeon NDs actually not that long ago, and the last little bits of that being put together. So once that's ready to rock and roll and load out to you guys, we will be doing so. Don't want to spoil what it is, but it was a lot of fun and it was a
It
pretty
was fun.
eventful evening. So once that's up and running, we'll let you all know, because there's going to be plenty of content coming out regarding that. But yeah, basically, it's just a case of, it's annoying. Obviously, we've kind of stalled a little bit over the past month or so. Just is what it is. Christmas, New Year's is always a bit of a quiet period, anyways. Or I say that, then me, getting 4 design diaries in the space of about 5 days. Cheers, Paul. That was a bit awkward, but other than that, I think we should be now. I've got my own place as well and everything like that. It just things should start running a bit smoother as kind of the work-life balance sort of restores itself a little bit. At least that's the plan. Fingers
Yep.
crossed.
All right. That'll do it for us, and we'll see you guys soon. And drop us a line online on our Discord, and we'll see you soon.
Take care, guys. Cheers.
Take care.